Bob Arum goes in on Terence Crawford's inability to promote himself. Knuckleheads, welcome to the Fighters Rep, where we give you free fights, interviews, and fight commentary from the mind of a promoter / attorney, similar to Bob Arum, who's also a promoter / attorney. Not sure if you guys knew that or not, but definitely he's a businessman first. And he indicated as much when, despite the fact that Terence Crawford went out there on Saturday night and put together one of the best performances of his career against a very tough and very qualified Kell Brook, Bob Arum has come out and said, listen, this guy may be the greatest fighter in the world, but I'm not going to go bankrupt promoting him. Bob Arum then went on to compare and contrast great fighters who have promoted themselves versus great fighters who haven't, and he definitely lumped Terence Crawford in the latter as opposed to the former. He also talked about greats of the past such as Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. He indicated Sugar Ray Leonard couldn't stay away from the camera. He indicated that Floyd Mayweather taught himself how to be the great promoter that he is. And it's something that he put time into and worked on. And he definitely expressed his frustration in Terence Crawford not doing the same. And I believe used the phrase, it's like pulling teeth when it comes to Terence Crawford and appearing in front of, the camera doing his media obligations. I find this, knuckleheads, to be extremely bittersweet. Again, considering the amazing performance that Terence Crawford had against Kell Brook, and there's a lesson to be learned here, not only to fighters, and I always stress to fighters that they need to market themselves and sell tickets and do what they can for themselves, but to any business, to any business person, any person that has their own brand. You cannot just, in this day and age especially, a day and age of social media, and, a day and age with, let's face it, there's a whole lot of facade going on, for better or worse. But you can't, in this day and age, neglect selling yourself, neglect selling your product, neglect telling people, anybody who will listen, especially in the fight game, that you're the baddest dude to ever do it. And listen, Terence Crawford is not one of these ultra charismatic guys, but he does have some stuff that's appealing to people. He doesn't talk too much, but he's got a mean streak. He's got a family. He's extremely competitive. He's got kids that apparently he attends, every single one of their wrestling events. He's from Omaha. I mean, the guy is a unique character. I think more than anything, I would sell that mean streak and get him in front of a camera as many times as I could to portray that mean streak to the world and his incredible discipline. That is something that some people will relate to. But for whatever reason, Terence Crawford avoids the camera. And listen, you also got to put, at least in my opinion, some of that blame on Top Rank. They are not doing this to the same extent promotions like the UFC are, where every time you flip on YouTube or you flip on TV, you've got an embedded series, you've got a talk show, you've got, UFC Tonight. I mean, you always got something going on. Some of these guys are just not that good at promoting themselves. So I do agree with Bob Arum saying he should be doing more to work on promoting himself, because, to be honest with you guys, I don't know much about Terence Crawford. I know he's a bad dude. I know he's a great fighter. I know he's got some kids that are wrestling, I believe it is, and he's very supportive. He's got a mean streak, but I don't know as much about him as I should. And I think partially that's on Terence Crawford, but maybe partially that's also on Top Rank Promotions not putting him out there. So anyway, knuckleheads, I want to know what you guys think, because it's come to the point where Bob Arum is threatening to cut ties, cut ties with Terence Crawford, and indicating that, he's losing so much money, he could have built a mansion in Beverly Hills for all the money he's lost on Terence Crawford. So I'd like to ask you guys, how do we resolve this situation? Does Terence Crawford put more of an effort in, or is this something that's on his promoter? Top Rank. And my other question to you guys is, do you think Terence Crawford's going to head on over to PBC where he might be able to get the fights that he wants? I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification icon next to it. Join Knucklehead Nation by joining and by supporting this channel through the purchase of, look at these t-shirts, the dopest t-shirts in the fight game. We got tanks, hoodies, masks, and so on. By supporting this channel, subscribing and purchasing in the link below your shirts, you not only help me build this channel, but you help me build the only kickboxing promotion that matters. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say.